In the absence of detailed higher-level guidance, those involved in nuclear war planning carried over what they knew from World War II, including a sense that they were involved in an enterprise of precision targeting. They carried over the same sense of target categories. They carried over the same sense that nuclear weapons were primarily blast weapons.
A nuclear weapon has, in addition, radiation, fire, which are difficult to predict. They're difficult to calculate. The planning of nuclear weapons tends not to include these effects simply because they are so difficult to calculate, but they're there. The earliest weapons, of course, were uranium bombs, fission bombs. These were delivered by high-altitude, long-range bombers. But the accuracies of these early systems were measured in terms of large fractions of a nautical mile, or maybe even a couple of nautical miles. So the suitable targets had to be large area targets.
In late 1949, a new emergency war plan dubbed Off Tackle called for attacks on 104 urban targets with 220 atomic bombs, plus a re-attack reserve of 72 weapons. The prime targeting objective was to disrupt the Soviet will to wage war.
The targeting categories were completely consistent with targeting philosophy and some operations in World War II. The first one was Bravo, which stood for blunting of nuclear forces and nuclear capability. The second one was Delta, which stood for destruction of the urban industrial base. And the third one was Romeo, which stood for retarding an enemy's ability to mobilize.
This was our short-term war plan. And within the next 18 months, there was nothing other than the air offensive, and within the air offensive, specifically the nuclear component of it, which carried any chance of affecting the outcome of the war early on.